Oh, I'm on the right page. I'm on the right page. Okay, so greetings and salutations. So everybody is well. I told you guys that I was gonna do this a while ago, but I have the time now, so today is the day. Sorry I didn't start earlier, but okay. What we're doing is we're going through your guys' Tower of God theories or theories that you want me to read or go through and talk about it. So we're gonna do that starting from here. If anybody in chat types one up, you can do that. But I'm going to go in order of these first. And without further ado, let's get into it. I don't know how many comments there are. I didn't check, so we'll have to just see. But all right. After this, Pat and I, my list is not even really done and finalized, if I'm being honest. But Pat and I are gonna talk about our 20 favorite J. Cole songs. I'm gonna be secretly trying to finish the list here. I thought I was gonna have more time to do it, but I didn't. So, all right. Say hi to YouTube. Just be on YouTube at some point. Like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell down so the goals to the 13-month series doesn't get you and you can stay notified. Tower of Theories today. It's been a while since I've done this. I think the next thing I'll do is get your guys' more recent hot takes on Tower of God, your spicy lava magma takes, and let's get into it. So Nothing to Do says, Bam has died multiple times before. Zahard keeps killing him, thinking, okay, this time I got him. And somehow he comes back. I don't know how. Maybe cloning. That's why he's the 25th Bam. The other 24 all got murked by Zahard. Dude, I swear I used to have the same theory. Okay. This is not my first time hearing this. I don't subscribe to it personally. I obviously could be wrong. We'll see how it plays out. What actually is bothering me is I told you to give me a theory, and instead of being like, here's how he possibly came back, I don't know how. What's the point of making the theory if you're not going to make the theory? Make the damn theory. You telling me that I just think he's died multiple times is not enough. Explain how he comes back. That is part of the job. That was part of the assignment. So, but anyways, yeah, I don't agree with that assessment personally, but hey, it is what it is. All right, so we got to go to Reddit for these two. So this is from Mario Cat, giving us some Reddit links. Yes, leave YouTube. What the fuck? I have to see how this appears on screen. Yeah, you guys can see it for the most part. But Chief, am I lying? Like, what was the point of not finishing? Tell me what you were thinking. That's why Rachel didn't let him go up the same place where she came from, because he would have seen the cloning facility. There you go. Now we know why she pushed him. We think it. What's up, Pentagon? I hope everything is good with you. All right, so this is from 2 years ago. This theory is by Big Fall 3165. Tower of God theory. Zahard is not a complete villain, and Arlene and V are not all kind and pure. Okay, so we're taking the kind of moral gray route with them. Zahard has the powers to see fate. So, mind you, this is from 2 years ago. I don't know how many chapters were out at the time, but this person wouldn't have some of the information we're privy to, so it's possible that some of this stuff is outdated. Just keep that in mind. Zahard has the powers to see fate, so due to it, he may have seen the true purpose of Tower. Oh boy, it's going to be one of these. Oh my God. Quick tangent. Grammar, punctuation, spelling ability, reading comprehension. I need that back. I'm tired of having to decipher all of these damn sentences and comments, and there's missing commas and all kinds of things. I'm getting tired. I've gotten too good at this, where I will see a broken sentence and it makes sense to me. I don't like that. Okay? Anyways, I know. So, the true purpose of the tower was to create an axis. As soon as an axis is formed, every other life inside the tower may disappear because the purpose of tower was completed. And he tried to explain this stuff to V and Arlene, but V never got along with Zahard. So he thought he is making things up so that he can become king. And he also had a kind of hero complex, thinking he was the main character. And it is his duty to take inhabitants of tower to higher floors. Oh boy. He said, okay. So this is just the idea that Zahard had privy to knowledge that no one else had, and V wouldn't listen. So I don't really have any strong opinions yet. So let's keep going. When Arlene and Zahard and them started fighting, and it was not to the point where Zahard will be willing to kill his friend's son, but he also had a vision that the one who was destined to become an Axis was not him or his friend, but their friend's son. And he will climb higher, become a god, and every other being inside him will simply disappear. So when he confronted Arlene and V and told them to stop thinking of climbing, they denied, and enraged, he killed Bam. What do you guys think of this theory so far? What's up, Star Destroyers? Except the part where Zahard is shown to have a god complex. Yeah, I almost want to say this is Lizard's burner, because Lizard is all on, oh, Zahard's a good guy and V's a bad person. I feel a little bit of, V hatred and Zahard bias. I'm not saying it's there, but I'm getting that a little bit. I'm not sure, but so all right, I don't know. All right, I don't think SIU is touching on any Axis plotlines in TOG. I actually noticed that he removed the Tails user story stuff, right? So we might not be getting the webtoon MCU. Okay, let's keep going. I didn't have a problem with the first part. That's just a perception, a point of view thing. Second part, he kind of lost me, but let's see if they can get me back. 3, V never committed suicide. Instead, made a deal with the outside god so that he can have his twisted revenge. When V saw that his loving son and wife had become almost crazy, and the fact that he could not complete Arlene's dream of seeing the stars and his dream of being a hero to the residents of the tower, plus the fact his son was killed, he became more dark and resentful towards Zahard, and that's when he got in touch with the outer god who told him to pretend to die, and he will help him take revenge against Zahard and V, who has become completely dark, only wanting revenge. Accepted it without thinking what his has to go through. So you're gonna be dead by the time TOG ends. We ain't getting no extended universe unless a prototype or something continues it. I never liked the purpose of the tower is to create an Axis theories, because the towers in Carnival were all built by an Axis, and people can become an Axis on their own. I'm kind of with you there. I've never loved it, but I thought maybe there'd be something. I'm starting to understand. Like, here's the thing. This is part of the reason why I don't really do theories, because I don't think I'm the greatest at it, but when I do, I tend to let you know this is pure headcanon. I'm pulling this out the crease of my ass, or like, this is what I believe based on some things that I've seen. So these scenes with Karaka and these scenes with Hajin Sung made me believe X, Y, and Z, because in in this scene, Karaka does this, and B scene, Jin Sung does this. Therefore, I believe X. Sometimes people just be like, so I think Rachel is actually Bam's mom, and just like, where the fuck did you get that from? You just decided to believe that out of nowhere. I don't really get theories like that. It's hard for me. So this kind of feels like one of them. Like, I'm not seeing anything really substantiated by pictures and text through the webtoon. So yeah, okay. Arlene was quite pitiful because she was betrayed by her friends, her husband, and her god. When Arlene finally reached outside the tower and asked help from the outside god, then instead of reviving the original baby of Arlene and V, he put a part of himself inside the body. So when this body climbs the tower and becomes an Axis, he will become even stronger. Arlene realized this and saw that body did not have the soul of original son, and was not the hero who will take revenge for her, but a monster who had endless gluttony, who will swallow all life within tower. So she sealed him inside and cursed the outside god. I find the idea of V making a deal with the outside god interesting, but Arlene only went crazy after V's supposed death, so the substance he's basing the theory off is not concrete. I guess their best defense would be, we don't really know if V's alive, but based on what we know, I'm totally with you. Just weeks ago, people were on the Rachel's mom train with a certain flashback character. That's a good point. Never mind, I misremembered he killed himself because Arlene went crazy. Oh, shoot. Oh wait, Bam is killed by Zahard. Arlene goes crazy. V self deletes. Okay. Yeah. That is the order. I wasn't even thinking. I probably just corrected it in my head despite what you said there. But yeah, they lost me with this. And plus, I've heard this theory and these theories before. It's just kind of stacking a bunch together, kind of in one connective theory. But I've heard these before. And I don't really believe it. So the idea that the outside God was revived within Bam and blah blah blah, whoop de whoop, V's not dead. V's not really such a good guy. Zahard's not such a bad guy. I've heard these all before. It's not really new to me. So let's kind of rush through this. Okay, that's almost done. Not gonna lie, I wonder SCU himself remembers everything with V and Arlene. Probably not. Outside God was revived by the original son of Arlene and V into the body of Rachel. Outside God had a body that contained a part of him had been sealed, so we revived the original baby of V and Arlene and Rachel. I think this explains why Rachel thinks that everything Bam has, all the talent and a body with monstrous talents that could have fulfilled Arlene's desire of seeing the stars, should belong to her. That's interesting. See, that is interesting. Rachel feels so entitled to what Bam has gotten because Rachel's supposed to be in Bam's body. Now, I don't agree with the theory, obviously, but that's it. That's actually an intriguing point. That I could be like, okay, you cooking a little. V is the worst of all because he started the war that killed billions, and when he lost the war, he abandoned his wife and pretended to be dead so that he can have his twisted revenge on Zahard. It's some Asher shit. And since then, he has been preparing, and he goes by the name of Ghost, and that's why he could use Black Shinsu whole technique. Oh, not Ghost. Nah. You lost me now. I'm done. Not Ghost being V. I'm tired of that one. That one don't move me. All right, the second one. And would be hilarious and interesting. Although the V hate, V on Asher timing might go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so this is from 22 days ago. So this is pretty fresh. That would mean about 3 chapters ago, give or take. Which is about is that about the time that we got out of the flashback? So okay, interesting. What if the door... Sorry, guys. I think I'm blocking something. Well, hold on. All right. So what if the door to the outside is on the 135th floor? It could be possible that the 135th floor isn't completely sealed and that there's a way to go there, but it's kept unknown to most people. I imagine that Zahard and maybe a few family heads or the 3 lords only know. That explains why Urek doesn't want a family head to die so he can find out more about the exit. That also answers how Arlene got out. It could be possible that all great warriors knew, but they chose to forget it or something. But Arlene and V and Zahard chose not to. By the way, what if the only reason Zahard has not intervened with the current situation? Intervent. I just want you guys. I get a charming industry. If English is not your first language, I forgive you. But some of you guys need to learn how to fucking type, bro. Oh my goodness. With the current situation is because he is just outside of the tower. He could be going in and out. I'm saying this because we saw Zahard himself going to the hidden floor, and I believe family heads trying to kill each other is more important than what happened at the hidden floor. What do you guys think about this one? We will not be having any Ghost as V in this household. No, that killed my vibe. I'm like, yeah, I'm done. Not gonna lie, I don't have the energy to make theories for this series. Neither do I. Grammarly exists, my nigga, or take a fucking English class. God damn it, right? God damn it. They be killing me with this. I mean, the idea that where they stopped climbing is where they hid the way to the outside of the tower was interesting. I wish you had a reason why. Wait, did he explain why? Why they would do that, though. If English is not your first language, learn it. It isn't my first language either. Respect to you, honestly, on that. I'm bilingual, so I know that my when I write in French, the way that I write in French is very formal. I can't really do slangs and idioms and things of that nature that I don't know. So I come across as like I'm trying to interview you for a job like a businessman. But my French grammar is still good. I can still type properly. I might make more mistakes than the average person, but yeah, honestly, I feel you. But hey, man, it is what it is. Okay, let's keep going. But respect to that, because a lot of people I know whose first language is English doesn't type as well as you do, bro. I'm talking solo dolo English speakers. This is by original JDB. I guess my craziest theory is that the body of both Arlene and Bam are still in the tower. And that it was actually their souls that Arlene was able to escape with using a spell like the one found in the tabletop RPG game Dungeons and Dragons called Astral Projection. I love how I do like that you explained it, but like I know what Astral Projection is, and I play Dungeons and Dragons. That spell from the game takes the soul of the caster up into 10 others to the astral sea, a separate realm. And from there, one can actually travel to different planes of existence. I think Arlene used something like that and took Bam and her soul out the tower. And while in soul form, she met with the outside god to reincarnate or create bodies for themselves outside. I'm fine with being wrong, but until I know for sure or I find a theory I like better, this is my theory. Funny enough, all you need to know to make a solid sentence is good use of periods and commas. I do like a motherfucker who knows how to use commas and semicolons and colons and whatnot. I do. I find this interesting. So the original body of Arlene and Bam still exists somewhere in a tower, but she used some type of soul separating spell to get. That was how they got outside the tower. They couldn't physically do it, but with an astral projection they could. And then the outside god. Semicolons usually get on my ass. I was probably about 24 when I understood how to use them properly. I don't spam, but I like this one. I actually like this one. This is a good one. This is a good one. My wildest theory is SLU hasn't forgotten a single character or plot point. I'm watching you. Watch out. Well, that would be interesting. Bam could then meet his original body, but I don't think it's likely. I don't either. I do think a lot of this is wishful thinking sometimes. Obviously, copium. I know, hot take. All right. Here. Oh, wait. How long is this? Oh, God damn. All right. This is shout out to Scobe. Here are a few theories I came up with a few years back. One is on the blue demon inside of Bam. Uh-oh. Did my mouse just die? Okay. Inside of Bam, and the other is on Rachel, origin and motivation. Okay. Talk to me. That's the wildest theory so far. Yeah, but this is interesting though. Like again, I'm like a regular dude, so I don't really like go crazy with these theories, but it's interesting. I don't believe it was ever stated that FUG gave Bam the blue Theresa, blue demon shield. Yeah, we don't even meet it till Revolution Road when Bam meets his power. Now I could be way off base here, but hear me out. What if the blue Theresa is the being that entered Bam's body when he was a baby? This power would manifest and eventually spark life back into Bam while he was locked in the cave. So you think this is kind of like the outer god people talk about? Interesting. It was stated that Arlene made a deal with the outside god, the god outside the tower, to get revenge on the tower. The red Theresa is somewhat of an offspring of an administrator, a god of the tower, the only one to be killed that we know of. So it is pretty much a stretch. So is it much of a stretch to say that the blue thrice? I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I have to look up how to say this word honestly someday. Copy and paste that. Is a similar being. Since the hell floor administrator is the only one recorded to be killed, how could FUG get a different one? Okay. Especially if FUG had killed an administrator, they would want that news to spread since it would boost their public eye. Now, this portion is highly speculative, but based on how we know the red, I'm going to say Bari, came into being, I have 3 theories on how the blue Bari came to be. Well, for information, most of my theories are mainly headcanon. Sadly, my first language is English, and I couldn't afford an editor. I'm nitpicking mother effer though, so while I will say we did hear the blue demon after Bam got pushed a second time and overused the thorn power. Fair. Zahard and the 12 great families on their initial climb killed an upper floor administrator and it wasn't recorded. Could have been part of what caused a split in the family since Zahard would become the king not long after. In this theory, Arlene would have found the blue Bari offspring and took it out of the tower with her. Both would make a deal because they harbor hate towards Zahard and the tower and want it destroyed. The blue Thresso would be enter Maud's body. That body would manifest over time in the cave. The blue Bari is the offspring of an administrator that was banished from the tower. Now it seeks revenge on those that kicked him out and making a deal with Arlene and giving her dead baby power that could manifest over time. Administrators also exist outside the tower. Maybe when the tower was built, it was excluded from entrance. In spite of being shunned out, it seeks the tower's destruction, making the deal with Arlene, giving Bam's dead body power that would manifest over time. So instead of necessarily the outside god reviving him, she made a deal with an administrator's offspring, put that in Bam, and the outside god powered it up. Okay, so this is still similar to like the outside god theory, but just with like more different details and whatnot. Okay. I actually don't remember if I ever said the FEG gave Bam the blue demon. I've heard people say that, but I don't remember reading in the story. One thing you'll learn about this series is people will just say stuff like it's matter of fact, whether or not they know or not. It's really funny. I don't recall either. I really just want to do a reread of season 2. I just feel like it's a waste of time. Is anyone like? I feel like rereading Tower of God and retaining that information is not going to benefit me in the 3rd season. I don't think he cares to that degree. That's why I haven't bothered. Give me 1 second. Sorry. So yeah, I don't know, man. My throat's still hurting, y'all, so give me a sec. Ah! God damn it. I'm getting my ass beat. Speaking of Haku, we're going to do a Kuberak discussion soon because he just finished the 1st season. The blue demon first appeared in the rice pot. Anything else is false. Oof. Rachel might be the byproduct of via Zahard and Arlene after Zahard killed Bam and V. Arlene then escapes the tower and gives birth to Rachel. Arlene raises Rachel but shows her no love and affection, resulting in traumatizing Rachel, making her feel unwanted and not special. At the same time, Rachel sees her mother distraught and hurting over V and Bam, showing more emotion to a corpse of her dead son than her. Later, Arlene would then even put all her hope into Bam, the monster, to bring down the tower and all of what Zahard has built. You're right. Next time I do this, I'll do it with Haku. I need his memory, bro. Haku's special ability is memory retention. He don't forget anything he see or hear or experience. What's my ability? What would my ability be? I'll let y'all decide. If I like it, I'll stick with it. This leads to Rachel's jealous desire of wanting to be a star, chosen one. Because although she doesn't know her father yet, she is still seeking her mother's affection that she never got. Also would find it really beautiful that 2 of the strongest people in the tower gave birth to such a weak and useless child as a result of the conception being out of malevolence, what happened to my brain, and lust on Jahad's part. As a result of being raised by Arlene, Rachel always knew of Bam's destiny. This led to Rachel sticking around Bam in hopes to take his place. She constantly talked about the tower around him and seeing the stars in hopes that one day Bam would open the door to the tower. When Bam opens the door the first time, he was upset with Rachel about the tower and having an emotional outburst. Now, whether the tower grabbed Rachel to entice Bam, or if Rachel's manipulation of Bam's emotion is what led to Bam opening the tower is unclear. I do believe, though, that this combination of things may have been the right condition that allowed Rachel to enter the tower, followed by another emotional outburst by Bam that allowed him to reopen the door and enter himself. Rachel became a fake irregular rather than the chosen one, but that she sought to become. Now, whether Rachel is a pawn to push Bam further along his journey, or she the trump card to eventually stop him is yet to be seen. Oh, man. Comprehension of broken English. It's also stated that whatever allowed Bam to use the first thorn was some type of creature that was implanted in Bam on the second floor, which we see in a flashback. Based on the blue demon speaking after Bam's overuse of the thorn, people probably thought that it was indeed the same creature implanted in Bam. I think that makes sense. I like a lot of this. I like the I don't know that I love the idea that Bam and Rachel are related, but I like the idea like the talk. Someone else said something similar that. What did we read just now where someone said that they believe that Bam's body is still and Arlene's body is still in the tower somewhere dead, and then the outside god revived or something like that, and then Rachel was in Bam's original soul was in Rachel's body, and that's why she feels entitled to all the things Bam has. This has that hint of like knowing Bam's destiny and all that stuff, and her wanting to kind of usurp that. I like it. I like it. Oh, my ass finna be reading today, boy. All right. Excusez-moi. I think there are two people who are Icarus, but one is the real Icarus. I believe Arlene called herself Icarus for the book she wrote called The Story of Icarus, the one Traumerei read in 589. I believe this is the same book Rachel read before season 1 and is the same book called Hate on a Fairy. Okay, I remember this. I think this book was meant for Bam to read to prepare him for his journey, but Rachel got her hands on it first, which explains why she knows so much. Rachel looks up to Arlene greatly, and the Icarus character for her hidden floor identity. The real Icarus is the name of the true prince of Zahard, Bam. So Icarus is Bam's real name? Wait, hold on. Sorry. The real Icarus is the name of the true prince of Zahard, Bam. Zahard Icarus Grace. Okay. I believe this is the name Bam was born with, not Juvial Grace. In chapter 551, the book of Aguero mentioned the Prince of Jihad, Icarus. Now, it could be interpreted as one or two separate people, but later in the chapter, Aguero was talking to Rachel about Zahard's prince, and she was being coy about the subject. I think the book Aguero read and the book Traumerei read are completely different. The Forbidden Book is a historical book, chapter 555, and the story of Icarus is just a story. Perhaps this book Aguero read was one of Gustang's memories he previously discarded and since retrieved by the time of the workshop battle in chapter 572. Traumerei recognized the name Icarus but couldn't remember where. The story of Icarus didn't remind him of anyone and just said that it was familiar to the stories he's read but completely different. He had no realization of the identity of Icarus, and instead Enkidu's visage appeared. I don't think Ame is literally Icarus, just another red herring. My point being Traumerei knew at one point that Icarus was the son of Arlene and Jihad, and he helped Jihad kill that child. He erased the memory of Zahard ever having a kid per Zahard's orders. Honestly, the blue demon being in Bam due to anything outside of what the series has shown is far more unlikely, as it's 100% conjecture, while my theory, for example, has something to go off of, or I'm just glazing myself. Man, all Bam being like Zahard does not move me. To me, it heavily undermines the end of the data floor. I like theories with some type of series evidence as well. Makes me scratch my head less. I'm with you. The first arc of season 2 is Return of the Prince. Wagnine was in the tower the entire time failing his test. Meanwhile, Bam was born in the tower, left the tower, then returned to the tower. During the workshop battle, Gustang was speaking to someone on the radio, probably Maxeth, about the identity of Jihad's prince and that he has returned. Since then, Gustang has only ever had an interest in Bam and constantly testing him. Gustang doesn't care about Wagnine at all. Wagnine and the other red light princes are red herrings. Gustang clearly hates Jihad, which is why Gustang doesn't want to speak about him. Jihad ruined his daughter, his marriage, bastardized the princess system, and the stop of the great adventure. He falsified history, and he needs Bam to reveal the true history of the tower and expose that Jihad's prince is real. 555. They said that the Prince of Jihad will be the one to take the tower's final test. Season 2, Chapter 107. And Arlene's prophecy is that Bam will lead everyone in the tower to greater heights. It's the same prophecy. In fact, I believe Bam being Jahard's son is what Garam left out the story. Only irregulars can take the Floor Guardians test, so that disqualifies Wagner. Rachel was Bam's son in Season 1. He followed her into the tower and got too close, causing him to get pushed, burned. Bam was also had the sun power within him, the power to devour everything, including the sun. I guess when the sun explodes, it becomes a black hole and consumes an entire galaxy. Am I remembering my science? My science right on that? It's like it becomes like a is it like a white dwarf supernova? Fuck, I used to know this shit. Anyways, SIU's the one isn't one to go with mythology, but Bam can fit into it this way. Rachel wants to be the child of prophecy. She wants to fulfill Arlene's dream to see the stars. She wants to be Icarus. Icarus can also represent anyone that follows Arlene's will of climbing to the true top of the tower to see the stars. So Arlene, Bam, Rachel, Ame, and the Grace faction can all represent Icarus. However, Bam is the only one who possesses the name. A quick sub-theory is that Rachel is the original soul that existed in Bam's body before Jihad killed him. That's why she believes Bam has taken everything from her. She's forced to watch some random entity wear her original body like a meat suit, stealing her rightful destiny. I think it's a fun idea. That was a lot, but was definitely some writing. It's applied Mexet was human, so most it's not Gustang was speaking to Hadon on the radio. If a supermassive star explodes, it leaves behind a black hole. So not a regular star. I try to remember the phases. It's like something, nova, whatever, white dwarf, and then like it's supposed to like explode, and then I gotta. But thank you. I promise you, I used to be good at science. I swear to God, I did. I swear on everything. I'm only bad at math and physics. Yeah, Zahard likely has a good reason to not climb further, and V and Arlene are in the wrong. Okay. My opinions of the 13 worries. Warriors had to kill their own allies to gain favor with the tower administrators and acquire immortality. Therefore, they are despised by their allies and split it. Okay. I think the 10 family heads have a physical weakness akin to an Achilles heel. I do not see the main cast outside of Bam being comparable to a family head, and I doubt anyone in the tower outside of Urek, maybe Loose-like and 1-2 others being comparable. So I believe either break the immortality contract and their power greatly decreases, which would be shit, or have a single weakness that the main cast try to find and use against them, or the family heads kill each other. I feel like the Fitbit kind of fits into that kind of thought process a little bit. When it comes to sealing past the 135th floor, I believe Jihad was in the right, but went the wrong way about it, and V was the exact opposite. So V was wrong, but he went the right way about it. Also, Jihad actions were initially not evil. 3 ads. Naya really is Hollywood now. Subscribe. I don't control the ads, bro. the 13 great warriors. 13 great warriors. Yep. Bam will destroy the tower and use it to reform it into a giant orb, aka a planet. This will break down the division in the tower. Everyone will be on the same level. Needless to say, this is a tinfoil hat. One thing that I never get mad at is self-awareness. He said, I put my dunce cap on. I said, Bam finna make Earth. He finna make Earth. Like, I can respect that. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Take my like. Take my motherfucking like. The Gustang we know right now is made from scripture. The real Gustang is chilling with Maxeth. Nah, I don't think so. Nah, I disagree. I feel like fake Gustang couldn't get the memories back of real Gustang. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna go with no. Interesting thought though. The idea that he could create a scripture of himself. I don't hate that idea. The idea that he could have a clone or something, but I can't go off of that based on what I've seen in this arc. I think the one we know is too strong to be a scripture. I agree. Okay. Anytime I press show more, read more, I go, please. How can Arlene have powers when she was out the tower? Isn't the tower that allowed you to use Shinsu and the administrator regulated? Rachel's dream is to see the stars, but didn't she come from the outside the tower? What is the point of entering the tower to then escape and see the stars unless the stars are something else that we don't know, which will make more sense? Excuse me, hey. I asked for a theory, not for you to ask me questions. Or maybe you're asking yourself questions. I asked for a theory. Not questions, sir. Ma'am. They, thems. Whatever you identify as. Gustang will die. Traum is too chilling. Is too chill and willing to follow Gustang's game. Besides, there are several mentions that he is more intelligent and dangerous than he looks like. Also, even if Traumerei died, wouldn't he transfer his soul into an anima? Don't know. Don't ask me questions when I'm asking you questions asking you for theories. Plus, they don't have y'all don't have question asking powers. All of the story up until now is Bam's dream. He is still in that cave alone and dreaming. Verkins, I would personally. I'm not even taking a flight to Korea. I'm gonna earn my way there on foot, by air, land, or sea. I'm getting to Korea in like 200 days, so I could put my physical hands around that nigga's neck and ring him like Homer does Bart Simpson for this shit being a goddamn dream. All right? No, I would lose it. I would fucking lose it. Oh my goodness. I would actually snap. Yo, dog. No. I reject. Reject dial. No. Y'all playing with the question superpowers too much? We catching first class flights to Korea. I'm telling you, I have to make sure I earn my way onto their land. So that when I do this, it's like, I gotta swim there. I gotta swim and hitchhike a boat mid treading while I'm hitting the egg beater. Hey yo, y'all can pick me up, take me to Singapore. From Singapore, whatever I gotta do, I will travel like the Stardust Crusaders. How they had to get to Egypt. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. No, I reject this with all my heart and soul. Oh my god, I reject it. That's funny though. Shout out the Americans. With the you have the dog Avi from is this Undertale or from Deltarune? It looks familiar though. I don't know why it's not. Oh shoot, I not mean to do that. Whoops. Whoopsie daisies. Okay. Anyways, my bad, y'all. My bad. Said nah, paying cash bribery. They're gonna let you slide. Like the theory that Boruto was Madara's infinite Tsukuyomi. Is your name Slave in Utero? Hey, do you guys know some guy named Slave in Utero? Actually, SIU's real name is on his Wikipedia. Like, oh yeah, he stays around here. Thank you. Oh my god, I'm such a huge fan. As soon as they walk away, John Wick, John Wick. All right. My theory is that the reason Zahard closed the door to the 135th floor is because the test that is required is a personality or worthy test, and he'll never pass it due to being a lunatic, and V could pass it, which is why they still wanted to try. Zahard did it because more people would pass through the door, and he'll be left behind. So the tower would essentially reject him going any further up the tower to get a wish. Because that's interesting. I don't agree, but interesting. I will learn Korean just to pull up SIU. They won't see me coming. Facts. Nim Sunbae. I don't know Korean, bro. I can't even speak fake Korean. Okay. Oh, you back. All right. This is my second and shorter theory. One I just thought of a few minutes ago and may be a bit of a reach and contains a lot of hopium. What if Dravi, I don't know what that is, the mysterious pink-haired girl from the hotel arc was Elaine in disguise? What do we know about Dravi? She's apparently a random member of F2G who just happens to be in direct contact with Hajin Sung and was able to communicate directly with him in order to inform Bam about the escape route. We never see her face, and the last time we saw her was in chapter 583, standing to Jin Sung. We know that Jin Sung was the one who sent Elaine to the last station so she could look after Bam. So what? Sorry, that was disgusting. I'm sorry. That was unbecoming of a gentleman such as myself. I don't think it's unreasonable. Jin Sung could have had her come to the tournament. The only regular aside from Bam who has a close enough connection to Jin Sung is Elaine. He clearly trusts her, and last we know she's at Soil Hyangwon with Hockney and Sophia Tan. We don't know where Dravi went after the chapter. She could be on the FUG ship with Jin Sung and Loose Legs. Now it's not a perfect theory, and there are plenty of things to poke at, like how Dravi can turn invisible, how she's apparently a zealot, and how no one recognized her. The invisibility could have been a skill Elaine learned in the 1,000 years she spent in the name hunt station, or Dravi's visor looks like a piece of Elaine's armor. Inventory could have been used in conjunction with her invisible inventory to turn invisible. Admittedly, this is a stretch. Elaine could have just been pretending to be a zealot if she went as far to disguise as Dravi. And we know that no one in TOG is able to recognize people. Sensory abilities work and don't work when the plot requires it. So no one knows what Yama looks like, etc. To be fair, Travi could just be this random FUG member and I'm reading too much into it, with any connections I've made being a coincidence. I could also be misremembering details about Dravi. I'll be the first to admit that this theory is a reach. That being said, Elaine should be involved in the current events, and it puzzles me on why she isn't included. Elaine is my third favorite character. I feel that. That much I feel. And it saddens me she isn't here to shine in an arc she deserves to be in. Instead, we got El Bozo. I feel it. Were you starting to partially transform into your Sura form? Yes, I was. Shorter theory, as 10k words, no need to lie. Loud ass burp. Elena's not here. Sorry to burst her bubble. We don't know who Traumerei's 6th chess piece is. Wow, this is me fucking up now. Of the ones known, I can read, I promise. Holland, Lachute, Dump. I forgot his name was Dump. Terrible ass name. Why would you name someone that? And Jew. So who's the 6th? When will they show up? Did SAE forget? Here's what I think. I think the 6th member could be a boy who tricked Elaine to be the branch head. We still don't know what happened to him, nor have we met every branch head. It definitely wasn't Holland. My friend thinks the 6th chess piece could be Elaine, but that's too much hopium even for me. I like the part where maybe we'll still see the person Elaine got engaged to when she failed the test to become a princess of Zahard. That moves me. The reason that I'm going to reject the whole Dravi thing and it's just your hopium, and remember, I'm an Elaine guy too. I miss Kaiser. It's because I believe that FUG, just like the Zahard Empire, has regulars that they employ that can go into certain areas so that they can complete missions and do things. I want you to remember the last station. Levi and his gang of people, they were regulars who kind of stopped climbing to serve under the king, because rankers, upper rankers, and high rankers are literally not allowed to interfere and to go into certain spaces and certain areas. I believe FUG also has a pack of regulars that they use in a similar fashion. So that's my pushback. I don't think it's Elaine. Isn't Elaine in the tree with Karaka and Useless? Karaka is not by the tree. Karaka was with us, and he got packed up by Dumas last time we saw Karaka. I do believe Elaine should be by the Snow Garden, but I don't recall 100%. Okay, we got 2 more left and we're done. Unless somebody add one while I was here? No, okay. All right. I think my best theory that feels completely like one of my own is that Yuri is somehow connected with Arlen. You have my intrigue. I'm intrigued. Or Yuri is at least knowledgeable of Arlen and therefore has a stronger interest in Bam for that type of reason. Okay. Her interest is still genuine for the reasons we've been shown, but this possible connection adds more to it. This theory started after I saw strong similarities between Yuri's hair, band decoration, and Arlene's earrings, but also how Yuri looks similar though. Damn it, I get some halls or something, or some fishermen something. My throat is killing me, bro. This theory started after I saw strong similarities. Wait, I read that already. The number of red petals is sometimes different, with Yuri having more than 3, but the shape is consistent, and there is at least a couple of times where it only had shown 3 and was huge. A theory is out there for Arlene and Zahard having the same earring, so I'm waiting for a more detailed image of Arlene's earring. It could have more than 3 petals before leaning more towards my idea or that mainstream one. The lack of a detailed image has me lean more towards my theory, mainly because Zahard's earring does not look like petals, excuse me, sorry again, but has larger piece on the actual ear. Although I don't think SIU is going on big diversions, so my thoughts could be a bit too complicated, I'll leave off with the Hoff family's hair decoration. Having ties back to Arlen would be a very cool way to hint a strong Yuri and Arlen friendship. I'm adding that last because there's been at least one flashback where it seems like Yuri is wearing the same hair decoration. That was what I was going to talk about, so it's a good thing you addressed it. It's just hard to be certain since I don't believe the flashback was in color. I would have crossed over into the mainstream theory of Phantom Venom Yuri, how they could be influenced by the same type of Yuri and Arlene connection, but that's gone too far. I hope some of this sounds good and it can help the community keep the lore sparks burning. I like that you connected it to the reason maybe Bam and Yuri get along, and how Yuri being close with Arlen, and also the idea that the Hoff family, because they were such close friends, the hairstyles inspired. But that's all I could really kind of praise. But I don't dislike it. It's definitely original. I'll give you that. Taco so stuck on your throat. I don't wanna lie to you. I secretly think I have mononucleosis, bro. I really do. Cause now when I self-diagnose, I'm always dying, but I think I have mono B. I've been French kissing too many bitches. Number one, I had a theory about Rachel being a doll or homunculus, an artificial human servant that created by Arlene using magic and Shinsen to not only watch over and raised, but to make sure Bam fulfills her self-made prophecy by any means. Rachel, is his white rabbit, making sure he follows her, leading him up the tower, even though she wants nothing to do with him. And he will give her that chance. She defaults to just throwing a little care or just a little bit of truth to make him chase her again. Like in the Hill Train arch, she even said, "Too bad, Bam, now you have to chase." Then when she making Kun again, first question why she asks where is Bam? Bam. But that why she seems obsessed to know so much about Arlene. She was either made with built-in memories when a time comes, or she was made and raised by Arlene. I can even see her rage crazy state make her resemble the person she hates, which is why she looks like Jihad. But that's why Rachel wants Bam's destiny. She thinks she's more worthy of... Oh, Arlene. I'm like, New Orleans. In love with Bam, and she's more Arlene's daughter than he is her son. I think she does not care about any of them. They are tools. Rachel is a plastic spoon trying to be a knife. A lot of interesting theories about Rachel. Um, he said spit 20 bitches, probably worth it. I'll see the doctor on. I'm seeing the doctor on the 30th anyway, so I'll make sure. I don't dislike it honestly, but a homunculus or a fake human with a spell, I don't see why if Henry you can create life, I wouldn't put it past it, but it was just a little hard to follow. But I don't dislike this. I like the idea of Rachel having a sense of entitlement to Bam's destiny and power, not out of just pure spite and jealousy, but because of something else, like a connection or something of the sort. But that was actually the last one. It's actually the last one. So, 6 replies. Oh, wait, number 2. Jihad's punishment and the truth. And the true 3 Lord. At this point, they may not be canon, but I had this theory for a while that the captain, Karaka, and Wagner were supposed to each be one of the 3 lords. Why number 3 eye, 3 rings, and 3 lords, and 3 sons? Coincidence? I think not. We all know Jihad likes to play with others' fate, and if it affects him. And who's better to control and dictate that? Your own kids, like some parents do. It's a little strange that a mad king... Oh, wow. Okay. That a mad king like Jihad, who would do anything to keep his throne, would trust the son of a friend, old climbing buddy, a robot from the workshop, to leave in absence. But enough about that. Jihad has a problem with killing and sealed is his friend's kids, and I think Anna was the final score, so the administrators was like eye for an eye. Unfortunately for him, the 3 of them. So Jihad was punished for it, but through his offspring. You see, Garam is misinformed. It's nothing that Jihad couldn't have his kids with any woman. It's that he couldn't have kids with just any woman. Normal women couldn't handle Jihad due to them being weak. It all led the mother and child dying during pregnancy of birth. So with the help of his friends, mainly Edwan, I'm guessing, they set off to find a woman or women that is equal to them in power. Due to the red light district and the flower nation, eventually the princess were born, and due to the punishment placed by the administrators... Just give me a second. Imagine if this blood child, if the princess eye position, princess like Valkyries and enforcers, and that would make all 3 princesses his eyes. That watch installed. But regardless of them being a prince, they're just living keychains with pieces of a broken key. Half of perfect is hidden in plain sight. The other discarded. All right, man. I'm sorry. I don't feel like deciphering that one. All right. If anyone in chat has a theory or something they want to share, I don't. Sorry, I can't decipher that one. I'm tired. Something I think the idea that the princes, the princesses and whatever, are all like the eye and the 3 eyes something. That was unfortunately the English is too broken. I can't understand it. Rachel, probably the worst homunculus ever seen, but I feel like the theory can also work with the sons of Jihad as well. They're made in the king's image, like how God supposedly made man in his image. He's making secret messages with these theories. I think Sleepy had told me something about... I think there's a reason with them in particular, but I couldn't... Unfortunately, I just couldn't understand that second part. It was too much for me, but I really don't have any theories. I just have things that I would like to see or want to see. But aside from that, I don't really got nothing. So, okay. I'm here. Ready to go. Ready to go whenever. But yeah, these were some. I like some of these. Not all of them. I like some of them. I thought some were interesting. I thought trying to find a reason for Rachel's, again, wanting to usurp Bam's fate and destiny and things of that nature. I think that all made sense to me. I didn't hate that. What the fudge is going on here? What's going on? Oh my god. Don't do this. Sorry, it just the Twitch mobile app did something weird. Yeah, I'm not a theory man myself. It's not my specialty, so I don't really have any major theories to share. So we can just chill for a little bit and talk. How y'all doing? Y'all enjoying y'all Tuesday? Y'all having a better Tuesday than me? I was stuck in traffic for 4 hours. Patreon. I don't know why I did all that. Shout out to the CBLs, Certified Bam lovers. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. They be loving Bam, LaBam, James. Shout out to the Priest of Fardo. These are the Certified Brilith lovers. They might be the real CBLs. Appreciate y'all. And a big shout out to the 5th Zen Gods, the Tier 3s. Shout out to Big Abdel, Abdi Malik, Childish New Jabez, Fairs, Huey, Johnny Rogers. Shout out to Big Mod Katan, Lazy Dragon. Shout out to Lopo Be Ablaze, Naz Riley, Revenant, Rox G, S, Scobe, Simi, Sly, Tao, Tino Brown, Urek Massino, Wolf General, Zodiac Nemiko, and Zyler Scotty. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you. I had grass dipped in honey today. Yeah, nutrition.